and then I'll zoom in.
Yes, ready to get that. I'm doing a French language assistant placement at Godolphin and Latimer School in Hammersmith. The school itself was a boarding school initially for boys, and then it turned into an independent school for girls. Today it has like about 800 girls between the age of 11 to 18 years old. My placement itself is to conduct oral conversation with French conversation with girls from 11 to 18, and for the first 2 weeks, because I wasn't CRB checked yet, I was assisting teachers in classes about how the method that they use to teach different classes, grammar classes, language classes, and I have seen the difference in teaching in secondary school and how does it differ to university. And after the 2 weeks, when I started one-to-one conversation, it was quite challenging because I don't get to prepare in advance. So on the day itself, just before I do the oral conversation, I would be told about the topics, and I would need to come up with vocabularies. I do have questions to ask them, but the main problem would be to translate words when one of them would ask you, oh, how do you say that in French? So that was my main problem. And the oral conversation itself would be either one-to-one, it depends on the number of girls in the class. It's either one-to-one or groups of 3 or 4. And the subject would be about anything from holidays to pollution. So it's the range of vocabulary is quite wide. And one of the other challenges that I faced was how to proceed with younger girls and older girls, because when I started off with older girls, and the conversation was quite fluent with older ones, and I did the same, unfortunately I did the same thing with younger girls, and I realized that something was going wrong. And I tried to ask teachers to get feedback from the students, because they wouldn't tell me, because I'm still new to them. So, and then afterwards I learned that I was going too fast with the younger ones, and I slowed down, because the younger ones, obviously the language is new to them, and it was, I think they were a bit stressed because they think they were being mobbed or something. It was quite new being having oral conversation with a French language assistant. And right now it's going on well. I know how to deal with the younger ones, how to deal with the older ones. If I do have a problem, I speak to the teachers, and or I would just ask the students if everything is okay, if there's something you would like to do, or if you would want me to write words for you that you don't understand. And I think that I face challenges every day, and I have improved myself a lot from the feedback that I got, and I think on the overall the experience was very positive. I started this placement because I wanted to know if I want to teach in the future or not, and when because it's an independent school, I think that was the right place to start. And seeing the standard of language at the school, and whether I would be able to meet up the requirements of a teacher in a school was important it's all aspects that you need to consider.